Conversei com Chuck Edward. Ele é Head of Global Talent Acquisition for Microsoft. Foi um papo sobre carreira, sobre trabalho, o que a gente precisa desenvolver para, quem sabe, ser um futuro candidato a trabalhar dentro da Microsoft. Enfim, um papo bem bacana. Dá uma conferida. We're here at Sherham, and I have Chuck Edward from Microsoft. He is the head of global talent and acquisition for Microsoft. So I loved watching you talk, and we're talking about hiring, and it's a subject that I think that every young people at least would dream of working at Microsoft. What does it take?
Well, first of all, thanks for attending the session today. It's great to be at SHRM and to kind of continue to tell the story about what's going on at Microsoft. I think right now, the thing that we're most excited about is the spirit of curiosity and the spirit of learning. Businesses are transforming so much right now, and the industry is so dynamic that we don't have all the answers. And so when we're looking for candidates and we're looking for people to hire, we're wanting to bring people in that have an insatiable curiosity to learn and grow and morph and change to keep up with the change in the industry. So, of course, we're looking for learners. We're looking for people that have results orientation. We're looking for people that can get things done with others and collaborate and create greater solutions as a team. But it really does start with the ability to want to continue to grow and learn. And that ability cascades across all different skill sets, whether it's technical or a functional field like marketing or sales. It still applies those same internal attributes.
Yes, that's very interesting because it's a question that I'm also a speaker myself. When I go to IT conferences, I ask them, how much time do you take, being updated with yourself, trying to do some updates on your mindset or, trying to learn new things? And how much time do you spend on learning about new projects, the technology stuff, So...
No, I appreciate that question. One of our cultural attributes that we're looking for is this term growth mindset. And I think you hit it right on the head. It is a mindset about how often am I learning, how often am I pushing myself to be better. So I literally am trying to figure out, am I carving enough time in my calendar? Am I scheduling enough time to learn and grow? In fact, one of the reasons I'm at this conference is, pushing myself, stretching myself to meet new people, increase my network, learn new things. But you have to schedule it. And it is a mindset. I think the other part about a growth mindset, though, is how comfortable is somebody not knowing something and being okay to be vulnerable, to not know the answer, and to be willing to say, I'm not sure yet, but I want to find out. Sometimes ego can get in the way of not knowing something, and we're asking people to embrace not knowing and actually seeking to find answers. That's part of the journey as well.
In your journey, I'm very curious because you are in a great company and that we look up to the practices and what you've been doing. And how is just a little glance at your story?
No, I appreciate the question. And it's fun to be back in Chicago because I grew up very close to this city here. So it's kind of like coming back home, even though I live in Seattle right now. I look back at my career, and I guess the thing I'm most proud of is that I always was willing to take that next big challenge. And those always sound like words, but I would ask people to kind of explore how willing to take that next chance is somebody. So I went to a good undergraduate school and I got my master's degree in human resources, and I spent time taking bigger and bigger roles with very, very good, strong companies in different industries. But in each one of those jobs, there always was a moment when someone came my way and said, we'd like your help with this, or are you up for this challenge, or we'd like to push you and stretch you in this way. And I appreciate how some folks saw something in me to want to push those opportunities my way. But I had moments of truth where I had butterflies in my stomach and had to decide, do I want to do it, yes or no? And really be honest with myself. And I look back and I took a series of those risks. So line human resources jobs in university recruiting, jobs now in talent acquisition, living in different cities, trying different industries. And you look back and have wisdom to say, wow, I guess I created a portfolio of experiences. But every one of those involved that moment of truth where you had to ask yourself, do I or do I not want to change? Do I or do I not want to challenge myself? And I always had something inside me that was willing to do that. And it's accrued to where I can now say I have a great job and a great career, but there were a lot of individual moments.
Yes, and we have to respect those moments and embrace what we are feeling. And I think that it's very good to be in this position that we don't know everything.
Absolutely. But it's hard. And it's interesting because the more and more experience you gain, you think that you're supposed to be an expert and that you're supposed to know. And some people lead with that. But the reality is when you turn it around and say, I have a perspective, but I don't have all the answers, help me answer. And if I can, in a transparent way, invite others into that dialogue with me, then we're all better together. I think the term collaboration sometimes is overused in business, and people think it's about getting together and getting along. The reality is it's bringing out the best in each other. And what I would argue is that the more vulnerable and transparent you are, the more others want to go with you in what your ask is, and that to me is collaboration.
Because we are all humans, and we have to, I think that, what are your thoughts in this era of so many challenges with artificial intelligence? I have my guess here, but I want to hear yours.
Listen, we're very excited about artificial intelligence. In fact, we're very excited about what we call ethical artificial intelligence and AI for good. Thinking through the scenarios and the impact you want to have and thinking about how you want to help others achieve more. And if AI can help be in service to that, that's a great outcome and a great solution. But I think there's some preconceived notions about what AI means and that it's going to solve for everything. AI will not solve for the need to still have good fundamentals and good core processes and systems and good ways to govern your work and measure your work and understand impact. If you layer AI on top of faulty data or inaccurate processes or systems, it will amplify that. And so it doesn't replace work, it changes work. Yes. And so understanding where and how you want AI to enable your work causes you to actually reflect on what is the work itself. And it's a pretty holistic assessment that you have to do. When you do that, we're excited about the possibilities, but it won't answer for everything.
And I know, for me, my guess is we are more valued as human beings. I mean, human beings as a whole, because sometimes we are trying to be, we are not valuing what we have inside of us as like our virtues, our talents, our emotions, the humanities, arts, music, and the feelings that we have. So I think that AI, it's a very good change for us to focus more in our, our skills as human beings,
Absolutely. Listen, our mission at Microsoft is to empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. And those words really matter. Every person, every organization to achieve more. And achievement can mean so many things. Mm-hmm. Arts, humanities, sciences, manufacturing, everything. It's a noble and righteous mission, but it's not governed or limited in any way.
Yeah. I think that as other things, we have to think at AI as a possibility, not a threat. Some so it's something to help. And we are very fortunate to have so much technology. So thank you. I say thank you to you and to Microsoft, because I'm a user. I have Microsoft products, and I'm very proud of, and very grateful to have this kind of technology to help me build my trajectory and my work and help me be the best in the world. So do you want have just a word to finish this, to tell people what would you recommend for them to work on to be the best themselves?
I mean, I think part of it just starts with a self-assessment that we all have to go through. Know your strengths, know where you're trying to grow, know where you're trying to learn. Express your curiosity and passion, and that can happen in day-to-day interactions. It can happen as you're interviewing for jobs. Show people what you're about and how you think and how you're curious. That matters a lot. I think the art of storytelling matters. So when people tell stories of where they've succeeded, where they've failed, what they've learned, how they've been resilient, that art of storytelling really is a differentiator. And the more you open up to understand yourself and then in turn help others understand you, that's where we want you to be.
Great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.